But this is the bigger picture. Morocco and Ethiopia. Of course, you know, Morocco here and Ethiopia, the biggest economy up the Sahel to the Horn of Africa, bordering Somalia and others. So you get the geography. They have a joint forum to further strengthen their cultural and economic relations. Now, the two countries plan on stronger development exchange comes on the back of the wave of United States tariff slap on its friends and enemies around the world. Let's hear from two of the top officials from Morocco and Ethiopia.
Breaking down barriers, redefining norms, and inspiring future generations. There is no doubt that Ethiopia and Morocco have become, due to mutual willingness and effort, two strategic partners, not only at the continental level, but at the international level as well. To this end, Morocco aspires that its partnership with Ethiopia can be set as a model, given that both countries share the same visions towards the African development as well as to the South-South cooperation. This event is a genuine, clear illustration of this flourishing, ongoing cooperation between our two countries. I have strong faith that this partnership between our two countries will rise to a distinguished level, and it is essential here to remind the visit of His Majesty, King Mohammed VI, may Allah assist him, to Ethiopia in 2016, during which many important agreements in different sectors have been signed, illustrating Morocco's strong will to consolidate its policy towards its African continent in the frame of a South-South cooperation. Therefore, it is important to shed light on the OCP investment and multifaceted cooperation experience here in Ethiopia, among which the economic empowerment of women and youth. In this regard, we have the immense pleasure to have with us OCP, who, with strong growth potential, has adopted an in-depth cooperation and, at the same time, an on-the-ground approach, contributing actively involved in creating, implementing, and monitoring its methodology favoring women empowerment and emancipation. Worth is to be recalled that Morocco's public policy in women's empowerment is part of a global approach aimed at promoting gender equality and strengthening the role of women in all areas of socioeconomic and political life. The main pillars of this policy are the legislative and institutional framework, the awareness-raising and education programs and vocational training programs, due to which initiatives have been put in place to offer women vocational training and employment opportunities, particularly in the crafts, agriculture, and new technology sectors. Microcredit and support for women entrepreneurs is another pillar by which women entrepreneurs have been developed to promote their financial independence. Morocco has made significant strides in promoting women's economic empowerment, recognizing it as a key driver of sustainable development. The country has implemented various policies, programs, and legal reforms to enhance women's participation in the labor market, entrepreneurship, and financial inclusion. Female cooperatives and SMEs are unsung heroes of Morocco's economy, fostering inclusive growth and preserving cultural heritage. While challenges persist, targeted support in finance, infrastructure, and education can unlock their full potential as engines of sustainable development. Morocco's future prosperity depends on empowering its women, not just as workers, but also as leaders and innovators. To conclude, Morocco's public policy on women's empowerment is multidimensional and aims to create a favorable environment for women's development in all areas. Although challenges remain, particularly in rural areas and in the effective implementation of laws, the efforts made reflect a strong political will to promote gender equality and strengthen the role of women in Moroccan society.
As it has been mentioned by the former speakers, this event is far more than the ceremonial gathering, it is a powerful reflection of the enduring and deep-rooted bilateral relations between the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia and the Kingdom of Morocco. Relations between our two sisterly countries and nations have long been anchored in mutual trust, respect, and shared aspiration and strong foundation of diplomatic, economic, and socio-economic collaborations. Throughout history, Ethiopia and Morocco have stood as pillars of Pan-African solidarity and mutual understanding in Africa. Our two nations have consistently demonstrated a commitment to advancing the South-South cooperation, which promotes not only the exchange of best practices and experiences, but also the spirit of joint responsibility in addressing common development challenges in two countries. Today, we are gathered to reaffirm and deepen the commitment through the lens of social and solidarity economy models, which have proven to be transformative in addressing structural inequalities, gender inequalities especially, creating decent work, and empowering communities, particularly women and youth in our countries. It's obvious that agriculture is the backbone of our economy, and it's also a sector where women sow the seeds of change. They are not only participating in the agriculture, but they are the seeds of change as a whole. This week is a bold call to action to recognize women's cooperatives and businesses in agriculture, to elevate their entrepreneurial pursuits, and to build solidarity-driven economies that enable sustainable livelihood in our communities. I strongly believe that empowering women in agriculture is a strategic intervention that would ensure food security and pathway to sustainable development and prosperity in the country and across the continent. I strongly believe that I always say empowering women economically is a key to all other empowerments. Thank you. Therefore, we need to give due attention for enhancing women entrepreneurship programs in agriculture as a tool for transformation. It's not just as a tool to benefit women, but women will benefit at the same time. They are going to be a change maker in the society as well. So it's very important to give due attention to empower women economically. We must ensure that women have equitable access to land, finance, training, and technology. Entrepreneurship in agriculture must not only reserve it for the privileged ones, it must be accessible to every woman with dream, skill, and knowledge as well. That means supporting women cooperatives and businesses, women-led agro-businesses, and locally driven innovation is a very important intervention. We also need to create markets that are inclusive, resilient, and fair. I urge all stakeholders gathered here and beyond to pledge to amplify women's voices, by providing capacity building programs, and forge strategic partnership across borders, like the inspiring collaboration that we are celebrating together with the Kingdom of Morocco today. Let us envision an Africa where rural women become innovators, where daughters of mothers inherit not just land, but legacies of leadership in agriculture, and where women's hands calloused from tilling the soil to holding tools of technologies, finance, and freedom.